Oh, stop it. I never noticed that. Okay, that'll work.
Will that trigger you?
It will.
Okay.
Welcome back to another weigh-in week. I'm never going to post these day of weigh-in because that's just how our video scheduling works, but it will be, Hannah put the date on it when this, I did my weigh-in. So it was this Monday. That would have been the 18th. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway, this week I was down 3.2, which is a huge loss for me. I never normally have losses like that. I don't know why, but I remember looking back at when I lost 70 pounds in 1999 to 2000. Sometimes I would have like weeks of like minus 0.8, minus 0.7, minus 0.6, and then I have like a minus 3.8. So maybe that's just how my body just does. But whatever, my goal was to get down to 159. I blew past that. I'm 157 point something. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm not going to brag or anything, but I am now 17 or 18 pounds lighter than my driver's license. So love that happens. But I'm also going to talk about chia pudding. That's one of the things that I love meal prepping. But a lot of people say they either don't like the consistency or it's not for them. It really has a blank slate. So I like to buy this. Is that focusing? Yeah. You could buy this at Mariano's, Walmart. The reason I like it in this one is because it's got this container. It just stays fresh. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons per cup of milk of choice. Doesn't really matter what it is. But there's a couple tricks that you want to do when making chia pudding. So I'm going to put 3 tablespoons, which is 3 Weight Watcher points. I normally do unsweetened cashew milk, but I'm making this for Hannah and she prefers 2%. So I want to say this is probably, she doesn't count points. So whatever, she's going to count the calories for it. To a cup of liquid. And now here's the thing, is where people think they don't like it, is because sometimes it can get clumpy. And you can see the seeds are either falling to the bottom or staying to the top. So you really need to give it a good stir. And just kind of break it up. And now what you're going to have to do is come back in an hour, stir it again, and then come back another hour and stir it again. You only need to do that twice. And what that's going to do, it's going to disperse all the chia seeds, and that way they won't be at the bottom. So this is what it looks like when it's ready. Ooh. Can you see that? It's all dispersed. Nothing's all to the bottom. And I think what happens if you don't do that stirring process and you go to eat it, you like pour it out and there's like a huge giant clump that's not anything. So you can see this one is all perfect. I don't know if that's focusing or not. Maybe it is. I don't know. And then we can stir in like half a cup of canned pumpkin. And then maybe like a little bit of banana or whatever it is. But it just has a really clean blank slate, and it's super filling, and chia seeds are like a superfood. So yeah, so I'm just going to stir this in right there. Then the other question I had last week was like, am I still on Ozempic? And we addressed that last week. Yes, I am on Ozempic, but I only take 1 unit a week. That's to help me as a type 1 diabetic take less insulin at meals. So the question this week was, well, should I be on the diabetic plan since it seems to be a success for you, and am I going to lose weight faster? Stuff like that. Unless you're diabetic, I really don't think that you should be on the diabetic plan. And really the only difference between my plan and your plan is I have to count for corn and popcorn. I have to count for yogurt, and I also have to count for fruit. So a mango for me is 4 points. A banana for me is 4 points. So yes, I get 28 points a day, but I don't know. It's like the difference between a piece of fruit but also I showed people want to know how many points I was eating, and I will show a graphic, hopefully Hannah can put that in here, of how many points I had every single day. So they've changed the Weight Watcher app a little bit. They used to have at the bottom, you could look at your whole month, and it would have blue dots for the whole month, and at the top it would have your range, your healthy eating range. And so since I showed all my Monday through Sunday, all the points, some days I had 38 points, but I never used any one of my weeklies because, well, I'm not drinking. I am going on a month with only having one beer. So, like, you're welcome. Woo! So if I was having wine, those weeklies would be gone. But because I was just eating the points, my daily point total is 28. So I can eat 38 points and still be in my healthy range. So when I see people who only have 23 points, who are maybe only eating 18 points because they feel like if they eat just a little bit less, that they're going to lose weight faster, it does the opposite effect. I think that your body just hangs on to what you have, and that's been in my experience. So if I'm eating 30 to 38 points a day, that's a lot of points that I'm getting really good food in, and I don't feel like I'm deprived. I can still have the occasional treats and not feel like on Saturday I went to help my friend Morgan cook at an event. Knowing that we were going to be standing and cooking most of the day, I stopped at McDonald's and got a sausage McMuffin with egg. I have not had that for so long. It was so good. I did not know it was 15 points. I was going to say 9. When I put it in my head, I was like, well, that's probably 9 points. And then we didn't end up eating until the very end of the day, and we went to a bar at the end of her block. I got a beer, which was delicious, and then I got a brisket burger and had some baked beans and stuff like that. So that was a 38 point day, and I still had a burger, I still had a beer and stuff like that. And when you have those days like that, it doesn't feel like you're on a diet, it just feels like your lifestyle. And what I had to change in my mindset was that can't happen every single day. That's what got me to where it is. Like, I just posted, I'll leave a link down below, my pumpkin and crunch muffins. These jumbo muffins, they're so good. They're 8 Weight Watcher points each if you make jumbo, 4 if you make a dozen. But I used to eat the Otis Spunkmeyer banana nut muffins sometimes twice a day for weeks on end. It was like my joy. I would eat one on the train going to work, and then I would have one later in the afternoon, and those were 20 Weight Watcher points each. And those were snacks. I was still eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, who knows what else I was eating that day. So now that I can know what I'm eating, tracking, doing all those things and I'm not an overnight success. So if you've been following me for any length of time, I changed my mindset in January of 2022, and I am down 34 point something, and that's like in 20 months. So I love the slow and steady because time is going to go by as it is. My people are like, where's your stomach? Where's your tummy go? It's still here. It's still here. It's just smaller. And I got my yoga pants on so I can kick. I could do squats if I wanted to. But anyway, I am enjoying this journey this time around. And it does feel like I'm just living my life and not on a diet. So I think once you can flip that mindset is when everything's going to change. But if you guys, oh, and also since I have the rice cooker here, where did I put it? Another thing that I love for meal prepping is meal prepping rice. And if you are diabetic, if you cook rice, pasta, and potatoes ahead of time, just cool it and stick it in your refrigerator. Even if you reheat it, it's going to be less of a glucose spike. And don't ask me the math on it, just Google it, or how the science works. But I have an electric stove, which I can't stand, because it's really hard to like turn it down to low once you have it on high. So you can buy a super cheap rice maker. This is like less than $20, I think, on Amazon. I'll try to find a link for it. But it makes the perfect rice. But what you have to do for rice is you have to rinse it. And you can see that it doesn't clump together at all. I don't know if you could see that. And rinsing it just means putting it under a strainer. And I just use something like this, and then I just put a container underneath it, a clear container that I can see, and as soon as the water runs clear is when I add it to my rice maker. And then you've got perfect rice every single time. And I love that it comes with the top, and then I can usually just store it in my refrigerator like that and then just take out a cup at a time. So that's another tip for your meal plan. So almost every weekend I cook pasta, rice, baked potatoes to always have on hand. And I think that works really well for me. And I think it'll help you guys too. So let me know how your week went. Always anxious to hear. And if you're having trouble or you're stuck or you want to share an NSV, I'm always going to be your biggest cheerleader. So leave me a comment down below. And if you aren't already subscribed, you can subscribe down below and then give this one a like and a thumbs up. We would appreciate it. It helps our channel so much. So hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week or next time, whenever that is. How do I turn this off? I don't know how to turn this off, Hannah. Is it that button?